Alex Clarke from Denison Yachting, coming to you from one of the most sought after yachting destinations, not just in the Mediterranean, but in the world. We're here in the northeast section of Sardinia, also known as Costa Smeralda. There are iconic names such as Cala di Volpe, Porto Cervo, names that immediately make you think of lifestyles of the rich and famous. I have a long-standing love affair with this part of the world, dating back to when I first arrived here as a deckhand working on a Benetti over 20 years ago. A kid who grew up in Connecticut, never been to this part of the world before, and it's just left such an impression that to come back, it still has that wow factor today, even after all of those years. Currently, we're coming to you from a mooring in Cala di Volpe, surrounded by literally billions of dollars worth of yachts. And I love the variety that you have here. You've got a classic sailing boat, probably about 80 feet, and then you have the latest Fed ship Faith behind us, just recently delivered right now. So there's just such a diversity. And I think that's what's so great about this part of the world, that it shows all aspects of the yachting world. And I'm here specifically to show you Queen J3. She is a 2024 Navetta 33, built by Custom Line. She is, in my opinion, probably the nicest Custom Line Navetta 33 that's ever been built. Those are pretty strong words. And the reason that I say that is the family who's commissioned this boat has done so with years of experience. All of that input, all of that experience came together, and we're going to show you some of those features on board today. Welcome aboard Queen J3. One of the benefits of commissioning a yacht with Custom Line is that it allows you to put your personal touches on the final design features. On board Queen J3, fitness and health is a main priority for the owner. Being someone who's all about fitness myself, I love the fact that you've got your Techno Gym treadmill here, you've got some free weights, and then under the hardtop here, you got beautiful bar here, 3 bar stools, beautiful lounge chairs, and some sun pads all the way back aft. So really you're utilizing the space in 3 areas. You've got your workout area here, lounge area in the middle, sun pads in the back. They've taken the space, they've made it uniquely their own, and that's what I love about a boat like this. You get that semi-custom ability, yet you have that core resale value of a series like the Navetta 33. So you're always gonna have a buyer for the boat, but you can make it uniquely your own. The Navetta 33 is a tri-deck, so it's a lot of ground that the crew have to cover. So there's some really unique, fantastic design features that Custom Line have put together. One of them being is if you go on from deck to deck, there's a beautiful little button with a martini glass on it that you're gonna find almost in every lounge area. There's one up here on the sun deck, a little button that you can call when you need some service. There's also other little devices like this service button that I have up here on the upper deck, which allows the guests to really utilize the crew best to their ability. So if you need a drink or if you want, a refreshment or some sort of meal, it allows you to call the crew and utilize their time wisely. I love how each deck seamlessly flows together, and I love the connectivity. So for example, you've got this beautiful staircase that comes down from the sun deck, where you've got this beautiful lounge area. In my opinion, your primary dining space here, beautiful sandstone table. The owners made some fantastic decisions with some of the exterior deck furniture. You have casina, tribu, kettle, and you've got some of these spaces here where the furniture makes a big difference. Sometimes it comes to a simple yet bold decision that helps define the space. Here we are in the Sky Lounge. Beautiful Sky Lounge, great space. We talked about that al fresco feeling where you combine the exterior into one, but then you have this beautiful epic couch. It's that green color that really pops, almost a forest green. A lot of natural light, my favorite space on board by far. Stepping forward from the Sky Lounge, you have your central staircase that leads down to your main deck. You also have a substantial pocket door here where if you want to give some added privacy, and then just forward of me, you have your stewardess pantry. There are some key features on board the Navetta 33 that allows the owner to attract proper crew on board. One of them being the captain's cabin located just outside of the wheelhouse. Now again, this is a 33 meter, and this is not something you're gonna typically see on a boat this size. From the foot of the bed to the wheelhouse, you've got a few feet for the captain to be able to take control of the helm. Queen J3 has an updated glass bridge, so you've got 4 huge glass panel monitors here, and just outside the wheelhouse is an extension of the helm with the wing stations. Custom Line has absolutely nailed it with this bow area. Huge built-in U-shaped sitting area here, massive sun pad, and this is absolutely awesome. So you've got 6 carbon fiber poles, beautiful sunshade, allows you to utilize the space all the time. So I want to point out a fun little feature. So if you look in the bow, that's how your cushions typically look. And here you have a whole different vibe, and it's because they have these beautiful terry cloth covers. So when you're all suntan lotion, enjoying yourself, you've got these beautiful covers. When you're finished, throw them in the wash, put them back on. A really smart design. So I've talked about the flow between spaces on board. We're currently here on the bow. We've got this beautiful walk around on the starboard side that connects to multiple spaces back aft, which brings me to one of the key areas, which is going to be the beach club, which we'll talk about next. You're coming down from the aft deck. You've got your fold down garage door back aft. That's all got teak on it. Beautiful umbrellas with these loungers. Swim ladder behind me, carbon fiber, easy to store. Allows you to jump in and out of the water. Imagine your family just coming down here, jumping in the water. You've got your sea bobs, you've got your Williams jet tender that fits in the garage here. Just fantastic, fantastic space, and something you're really gonna remember the rest of your life. 6 steps up from your beach club area in the garage, you have this aft deck that I absolutely love. Gone is your atypical centerline table with dining and everything else, right? So now you have a fresh new feel and approach to the entire aft deck area. This allows the main salon to flow to the beach club area. You have sun pads back aft, large table, 4 complimentary chairs. Just the whole vibe back here is relaxation and goes with that interior exterior al fresco feeling that you really get throughout the whole entire boat. Let's take a pit stop in the engine room. Queen J3 is powered by twin MAN V12 D2862 LE engines, as well as twin Kohler 55 kW generators. Easy access to your Alfa Laval, all major machinery, great for the engineer to easily service everything. The main staple on board every yacht is your main salon. I'm going to point out some of the obvious features here first. All the way back aft, you've got 2 beautiful chairs that are forward facing, L-shaped settee. This whole vibe on board the boat is an inviting vibe, right? You want to have the furniture that makes you just want to plop down, whether you're in formal wear about to go out for dinner at night, or if you're wearing a bathing suit. I love that feeling throughout the whole entire interior of the boat. Just forward of that, you have your formal dining area. 2 key features that set this salon apart from other salons on other yachts are the alfresco style doors. You have a huge sliding door here all the way to starboard, fold down balcony, again combining that interior and exterior space into one. And then you have your aft deck, you have your balcony, you have your interior space, all merged into one. Love, love that feature. On the main deck to port, you have your stew pantry, direct access to your crew accommodations, as well as the commercial grade galley. Here in the galley, you've got natural light coming from the large window to the port side, and a lot of counter space, great for prep work when serving meals. Stepping down in the crew accommodations, you first enter into the common spaces. Here you have your crew mess with small galley area, as well as your laundry area. If you step forward into the corridor, you have 3 separate crew cabins. One's a single cabin, and 2 are doubles, all of which are en suites. I think what's super important when running a boat is keeping the crew to guest ratio in line. You know, it's a big problem when you don't have enough crew members for the number of guests on board. So here you sleep up to 10 guests, 6 crew members, and I think that really allows for the proper service you should expect on a yacht like Queen J3. When you step into the owner's suite, the first section that you're going to pass is a little library area, a large walk-in closet hidden behind this glass wall, and then into the living accommodations. The focal point of the master cabin is the centerline king berth. Also, we've got these huge, beautiful windows, both to port and starboard, letting all that natural light in. Off to port, you've got a hanging locker space behind a glass wall, which I really like. And then again, the owners chose some really fantastic furniture throughout the boat. Stepping into the ensuite, you have to port and to starboard, his and hers, and then separated by this beautiful glass rain shower, a lot of natural light, really nicely laid out. We're now in the lower guest foyer where you're going to find your 4 guest cabins down below, all of which are en suites, sleeping up to 8 guests. The first one that we're going to take a look at, which is over my shoulder, is what I would consider your VIP. It's a centerline queen berth, and what sets this one apart from some of the other cabins is that you've got a small desk area, a little bit bigger bathroom, a lot of natural light, and excellent headroom. I keep touching on natural light, and I want to point out that this is something that you specifically see in the late generation or the newer models of the Navetta 33. you have these large glass windows, not just portholes, they're large glass windows in the hull. You're going to find that in each of the guest accommodations down below, as well as the bathrooms or the en-suites. Something that I think makes a huge difference. You're down in the waterline, you're in the hull, but you don't get that dark enclosed feeling. You have all that natural light, makes a big difference. We're now going to head over to the starboard side where we're going to find the twin cabin. Now this has 2 single berths in here, and it's what I would almost consider the kids cabin, right? This is an inviting cabin, kind of shows the flexibility you have and how you're going to have the sleeping accommodations arranged on board. Beautiful bathroom with rain shower, sandstone, but a little bit different arrangement on the accommodations. I think Custom Line has done a fantastic job in making this lower foyer feel larger than it is. Whether it's the mirrored walls here, or my favorite, you've got these glass partitions with a central staircase that come down. You're never going to feel trapped or enclosed in this lower guest area. The 2 forward guest cabins are mirror images of one another, but there's some subtle differences that make them uniquely their own. For example, here in the starboard aft cabin, you've got a headboard, the pillows, the theme here is almost a plum color, right? You've got beautiful pillows finished in velvet, and on the port side, you have almost a slate feel to it. They're just subtle differences, but when you have guests on board, it's kind of a fun little feature to point out to them. Equally impressive to the cabins are the en-suites. Now the en-suites that I really like, you've got a finish in sandstone that rolls over from the master cabin on the upper deck. You've got these sinks where you can't see the drain, beautiful rain shower above with a little sitting area, something that guests are going to appreciate when on board. The Navetta 33 is a very well established and the most popular model in the Custom Line series. So when you take that heritage right there from Custom Line, you pair that with a very experienced owning family who commissions that boat, and the end result is something truly special. Alex Clarke from Denison Yachting, and thank you for joining me here in Cala de Volpe in Sardinia. I mean, this is what it's all about, right? We're on board Queen J3. She's a 2024 Custom Line Navetta 33. She's the latest Navetta 33 on the market today. If you'd like to learn more or receive additional information, please reach out to me anytime. Happy to send it over.